Welcome dear students for the English session of grade 7, and we are going to deal with the topic finite and non-finite verbs. And in this topic today we are going to talk about the non-finite verbs classification, the participles and gerunds. Last two videos we had talked about finite verbs and its classification in detail. Second video we had seen about how to recognize non-finite verbs and infinitives, and in this video we will be dealing specially with the participles and gerund. So let's get started children. The participles. Participles are verb adjectives. They are verb forms that function as an adjective. So participles are also termed as verbs, but they work as adjectives. There are three forms of participles: present participle, past participle and perfect participle. I repeat, there are three forms of participle: present participle, past participle and perfect participle. Now if we talk about present participle, they are the ing form of the verb. It is a form of a verb that uses ing with the base form of the word. Example, walking, talking, bathing, etc. Now if we see past participle is the V2 form, we can say, which uses d, ed, t, n, en form of the verb. Some verbs have irregular forms also. Example, set, cut, these are the irregular forms. And the third form of the participle is perfect participle. A perfect participle expresses an action or state as just finished. Formation will be having plus past participle. The formation will always be having plus past participle. So always remember this. Having said, having done, these will be the perfect participle examples. Having watched, having arrived, these will be again perfect participle examples. Getting it children? Now here we have got certain examples also. Present participle we had seen ing form of verb, and they will be working as an adjectives. Please remember, participles will be working as an adjectives. Though they are verbs, they will be working as an adjectives. Present participle example we have: Arnav drank the sparkling water. Here it is working sparkling water. Sparkle, it is working as an adjective in the sentence modifying noun water, right? We can take one more example. The crying girl took a long breath and laid down on the couch. So the crying girl is again, crying is present participle in the sentence. Past participle example they have given: the uncovered fruits are attracting flies. The uncovered fruits are attracting flies. Just recall, past participle d, ed, t, n, en form of the verb are used in past participle. So we have got uncovered, that is uncover, ed is added and it has become uncovered, right? So the V2 form, past participle. And third one is perfect participle. We had already seen the formation. Having plus participle, past participle will be the formation of perfect participle. So the example is: having won this tournament, she started training for the next. So the sentence will always start with the perfect participle only. Having won this tournament, right children? She started training for the next. These are certain examples which explain us about the participles. Participles are divided into three: present participle, past participle and perfect participle. They work as the adjectives. Participles are verb forms that functions as adjectives, right? And present participle will be in the ing form. Past participle will be the V2 form, that is the verb will always have d, ed, t, n, en at the end, and perfect participle formation will be having plus past participle. I hope you all have understood the participles. Now let's move ahead with the next or the last subtopic of finite verb, that is gerund. Now, what is a gerund? A gerund is a verb noun. It is a verb but works as a noun. It is a noun formed by adding ing to the verb. Now, it is a noun which is formed by adding ing to the verb. So, basically, gerund is a verb but it acts as a noun because the verb gets ing with it, and therefore it works as a noun. Now, the uses of gerunds. The subject of a sentence. Gerund also works as the subject of a sentence. Example is, felling trees in this forest is illegal. See, felling works as a verb, but here working as a noun. Felling trees, right? The object of a verb in the sentence. It also works as an object of a verb in the sentence. I enjoy reading. So here reading is working as the object. The next thing is, it is also used as the complement of a verb. Father's favorite pastime is fishing. So fishing is the complement of a verb. Father's favorite pastime. What is father's favorite pastime? Fishing. So it is the complement of a verb which is satisfying the noun father's favorite pastime. And the third one is, the last one is the object of a preposition. So the gerund can be also used as the object of a preposition, or it works as the object of a preposition. Example is, those clothes are kept aside for donating to the orphanage. Right? Those clothes are kept aside for donating. So for donating is actually the object of a preposition. We will have object in the sentence here. Those clothes are kept aside for donating to the orphanage. So what are kept aside? Clothes. For donating. For what are they kept aside? For donating. And therefore for is the preposition which is used with donating, and that's why it is working as the object of a preposition. Right, children? So I hope you all have understood this. I can give you one more example for the object of a preposition. We drove a car to the store. We drove a car to the store. So we is the subject, drove is the verb, car is a direct object, right? To the store. So the store will be the indirect object leading with the preposition to, and therefore to the store will be the object of a preposition in the sentence. This is how we use gerunds in 4 forms. Let's recall: as the subject of a verb in the sentence. The gerunds are also used as the object of a verb in the sentence. The gerunds are also used as the complement of a verb and the object of a preposition. But the difference is, gerund is a non-finite verb which always functions as a noun. So this is how we understand how do we know a gerund from a present participle. Now we had seen participles are